Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Well, we just keep looking at the same thing on the radar as everything keeps streaming from the southwest up towards the northeast as we have an atmospheric river that has provided us a lot of moisture yesterday and today. It's going to do the same thing throughout the course of the day, and you'll see that on Stormcast. We'll get a little bit of a lull in the action as we head into the afternoon, but a lull in the action by this storm system's standards really doesn't mean much of a lull in the action at all. And then we'll get another surge of moisture coming through here in the overnight hours. This is 1 in the morning, and so that's going to bring additional snowfall to areas that have already had a lot of snowfall, and this will continue throughout Monday morning. Look at this, 8 in the morning, Monday morning. That is going to be a tricky commute to work, to school. It's going to be a miserable morning, and that will continue throughout the day. Starts to fizzle out a little bit by the time we head into Tuesday. We get a quick little break in the action before we get right back into things on Wednesday. So Stormcast snowfall for today, and kind of looks the same as yesterday. The setup is almost identical to yesterday. We could have multiple feet of snow falling up towards Mount Shasta City, even though the snow underperformed a little bit yesterday. What the models said they were going to do, or said that the snow and the storm system was going to perform down there. And then here on the east side, we're seeing anywhere between 3 to 7 inches, or that's what we could see in some of those lower elevations. But then you start getting into some of the higher elevations like Chemolt. And once again, that's an area that is comparable to Mount Shasta City, where we could see the snow fall enough to where we would have to measure it in feet as opposed to inches. And then the same thing can be said about Mount Ashland. Earlier we looked at an ODOT camera from Siskiyou Summit, and it was looking pretty treacherous like it was last night. So I'll step off the screen once again, and we'll just kind of rummage through some of these winter storm warnings. We have them for the Cascades, for the Rogue Valley above 2,500 feet, for Siskiyou County above 2,500 feet, and for some of the higher terrain on the east side. For all of these areas, snow and heavy snowfall at that could fall at a pretty decent clip. We could have anywhere between half a foot to a foot fall in these areas. And then in the lower elevations below that, we have winter weather advisories in place. This goes for the east side. It goes for eastern Siskiyou County. It's kind of a weird shaped polygon here, but again, the message remains the same. We could have heavy snow. We could have gusty winds too. Those winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. And in this area, I guess this is kind of like a mustardish yellow, I guess you would call it. But within that shading in Lake County, we could have winds gusting up to 65 miles per hour, as this high wind warning doesn't expire until 10 a.m. this morning. So for today, you kind of get the gist. Messy, snowy, rainy, blowing snow. Not a very fun day, and that's going to transition into not a very fun night, and really not a fun week, because as we look even further into the future, on Monday going into Tuesday morning, we'll have the snow levels drop down to 1,000 feet. Now keep in mind, Medford's elevation is right around 1,300 feet, so we get that surge of moisture along with the cold air on Monday going into Tuesday, then more of that cold air on Wednesday. You get the idea. We could very potentially have a Rogue Valley snow event on our hands, albeit it looks pretty minor. So here's your 7-day forecast along the coast. More rain continues to pelt poor Curry County and Siskiyou County. We have a slew of winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories in place. Same thing goes for the basin and for the Cascades, as we could have feet of snow, falling throughout the course of the day. And this is in addition to what's already fallen. And then here you see in the Rogue Valley, keeping things strictly rain for Sunday and Monday, but then we introduce a chance for snow starting on Tuesday.